Hey guys, just want to say I appreciate all the support I've been getting recently on all my videos, people putting them up on Reddit, etc., like on YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Operators we should take here though. We're going over tech side Kanal, definitely a Thatcher, a Habana or a Thermite. I'd recommend Habana. Ash, Sledge, Blackbeard's good. Like any of those really. Even Buck can be okay because he has grenades. Pretty much so you can destroy wire, right? That's your main goal. So a good thing to do is you can park a drone in the beginning of the round to clear red out for yourself by just parking it like right here under this desk. If someone's running over, you'll know they're coming. 9 times out of 10 they'll miss that. So then you can just get on the drone in the beginning while somebody shoots down the front door for you. So now you've cleared red. There's no roamers over there. So there's a camera above you there, camera over here that you can hit, and there's one by the construction side, which we're not going to shoot right now. But yeah, you'll just want to get up on top. So we're going to assume we're attacking the upper site, which is the server and control room. So this box would be closed, probably bandited. You would throw a Thatcher grenade over here on the box, and you can have your Habana sitting all the way back in the parking lot and shoot the Habana charges to open up the box safely. Or you can have the Habana, repel right here. This is a really safe spot too. So repel right here, or you can repel on the side of the box, whichever you like really. So like right here. Either way though, open a box. I'd recommend claymoring if you have two, since you say you have a Thatcher, so you're gonna put one claymore over here on this window facing this way. So if someone runs out and breaks the door down, right? So they break down the door, they're running out, boom, they're gonna hit the claymore when they turn the corner. So you should have the box open at this point now. Like no matter which of the two sites you're gonna be taking, I recommend opening up the box. Try not to plant here unless you know there's just like one person in the back, I guess. I always like to open up the hallway door, burn any ADSs, throw a grenade, blow up any wire that there would be. Walk in. Also a nice thing, like you just saw the 10 points pop up, is when you throw a grenade over here, it also blows up the hallway camera for free. Always break all these windows, even if you're going for A, just for pressure. Doesn't hurt to claymore this window. It's actually a very good idea, I think. So you break out these two windows. This is where that last construction cam is that I was talking about. So now you have the site prepped, pretty much. So you also, sorry, missed one thing. Somebody will sit up on red roof and shoot out all of these windows. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So somebody will be on red roof, and a nice little trick is if you are playing on red roof over here, you can get up here by either rappelling on this little thing up here, or you can jump up on this little AC unit and sprint across and just hop right up and just shoot all these windows open. Give you some good angles all the way into, like, this is the connector door right here, so obviously like, that's a pretty nice angle. Any of the ones on the side over here, I mean, you can see pretty far back into monitors from these angles. So pretty much at this point, right, it's not a bad idea. Say Blackbeard sit over here, say Thatcher's on red roof, because the L85 is a good gun for like long range, low recoil. Your Habana's in the parking lot, all the way back, say over there, kind of watching the run out for Blackbeard. But if you have a claymore on there and Blackbeard's on B window, you can move your Habana up. So say like Ash, Sledge, and Habana, they're going to be blowing up all the wire and stuff over here. So probably more Ash and Sledge, blowing up all the hallway wire. Attempting to take control of this. So all these people should be, if you have a Blackbeard here, no one reinforces this wall really, because I don't know, it's actually a pretty bad choice if you decide to do that, because then they can just hop into B and plant. So, okay. So you have all this control now, you have all this wire bombed out, etc. Everything's done. So you have 3 possible places you can plant. You can plant in the pillbox. Like if you get a bunch of picks and you know there's hardly any left, you could just come in and you'll send this wall right here will be reinforced. You could just plant the bomb right here. You can also plant behind these back monitors. So you can swing in through this window, get behind the monitors, plant over here. If there's a reinforcement over here, you can plant against the reinforcement. Plant against the reinforcement over here, and then the diffuser can get watched from red roof. So you have a couple different options for planning here. If there's somebody sitting at the half wall, if you have a Habana, she can take your flashbangs and just shoot them over, throw them over this wall. And then you can grenade over just like this. If there's somebody sitting at that table, you can bounce it off the side of this piece of metal to hit the person here. Or you can rappel on these windows and shoot the person that's sitting over here. So, planting. So if you plant over here, this ground is solid and you can't get C4 underneath. If this hatch is open, people can throw a C4 from underneath the hatch to blow you up when you're back monitors, or smoke to choke you out. But if you're, most of the time you should be okay if you're like, I guess, newer to the game. And also if you want, the person on red roof for you can shoot down these west windows that are below to like kind of help with that a little bit. So your Blackbeard will be over here making some holes so they can't sit like file cabinet in that corner. So different options, right? So like I said, you can, if there's low amount of enemies, you know, like there's one guy in server, right? Then just plant pillbox. It's not a big deal. If there's a few people left, it might not be a bad idea if you know red's clear, because you have that drone over there and you have somebody pushing under to swing into the monitors windows, and you can plant back monitors. If you know that there's a guy and he's stuck in red or something like that, or if they're all in A site, like behind the monitors, like a lot of people will tuck like in this spot over here to watch the doorway. You can swing it, you can just jump in through the B window, and you can plant behind the server rack. This is all bulletproof, so pretty decent right there. And if you are going to be planting in B, all of this flooring is spammable, so you can get C4'd from underneath if there's like a pulse or a Valkyrie with a camera, so anything like that. So you're going to have somebody come and take control. A lot of times what I do is actually normally leave this window closed, yes, just in case the Blackbeard dies so I don't get flanked. I'll open up like this door through parking, like if say it's at Habana, walk in, and then just kind of like hold this kitchen area, and then like listen for sound behind me to see if someone's like running up on me. And if someone's running up on me, just run around and shoot them. Obviously want to kill the cam too in there. So this will help you protect the person that's underneath. They can only come from this doorway or behind you. So I guess if you just pre-aim this doorway, it should be okay. I mean, you could even crouch if you want to. This way, you know, you're not moving around when you're standing and stuff like that, and you could hear people sneaking up on you easier. So yeah, that was just a basic overview of the server monitor site, and we'll go over the maps and kitchen take. Okay, so now we're going to go over the maps. Kitchen take. Really good operator for this one actually is Buck. Definitely gonna want to take a Habana once again. Lots of grenades are good, so I mean, the 3 operators that we have with grenades are IQ, Sledge, Buck. So take like maybe 2 of those. I would recommend Buck and probably Sledge. Ash is always good. Probably take a Thatcher again, doesn't hurt. Blackbeard's always good as usual. Montaigne's pretty good here, and I'll show you what I mean for Montaigne. So we'll move to the floating dock spawn actually, and I'll show you some of the angles that you can kind of get spawn peeks from over here. And you can actually shoot, this is one of the benefits of spawning here, is that you can shoot all the cameras. So you want to get your drone, obviously without, you'd have more time than this. So you'd go and you'd put your drone in red to make sure nobody crosses over to red. You can shoot 1 camera from here, 2's all the way down here, and then the 3rd is over here, in case your teammates should probably, a good amount of them should spawn there. I don't really recommend respawning construction. There's an instant spawn kill over there. I don't know, I don't like that spawn really, but it's preference, I guess. Some people do spawn there, even in professional gameplay. So, nice thing about this spawn too, only 2 spots you can really get, well, 3. So these 2 windows and this doorway right here. A lot of people like crack a board like that in the door and just hold a pixel angle for if you're walking up like this. That's why you're gonna want to hug the fence if you're ever walking up here, and then peek wide and just shoot if they're ever there. So, other thing is if you want to rappel right on the roof. Otherwise, there's a ton of angles you can be peeked from the garage, and there's what 6, 7, 8 windows you can get peeked from. So, not exactly too great. So you'll have another person on red roof again, making sure red is clear. Claymore covering their back. So they'll shoot out these 3 windows if they want to. Like if the team is playing upper, which like a lot of teams will play upper, you're gonna want to shoot all these windows too to help your team. Thatcher the box, Habana the box, open it. And then I'll show you guys some of the spots that you can grenade and buck underneath. So all along over here is the closet. We'll show you where that is, above where that is. So you can buck and make sure nobody's sitting in this closet, which is pretty nice, knowing that it's clear. These are the corners of the desk in the back. So here's like the, I guess, under maps desk. Right here is the back of the bomb sites. There's a black mat over here, which can only be blown up with explosives. So you'll have very limited range on that, and just walk out when you're walking in to make sure no one's holding a shotgun angle over here. Over here is armory. And if you shoot right here, you can actually see up the white stairs. So this is the white stairs right here. You can watch white stairs run down from garage. So those are just a couple angles that are pretty nice that you can use. So if you're trying to destroy, like hit somebody that's over here though, you're gonna need to throw a grenade from underneath, cook a grenade, throw it at the ceiling, and or like ash charge or something, so it goes through the black mat, and then you can destroy the drywall below, but you guys get the idea. So there's just a couple angles you could buck and grenade from below. So this is where you can see kind of where they are from up top. So this is the closet. It's all torn out. So the kitchen is all solid. So if you're going to plant anywhere in this like maps projector room, you're gonna want to, and the bomb will be say somewhere right around here. The hatch is above. You're going to want to get control of garage from below so you don't get C4'd, or at least have a drone down there and have a dead person watching it, just at the minimum. So, okay, taking the sights. There are, I guess, like three takes I'd probably kind of go over. So if it's below and the hatches are closed and reinforced, I would not even bother with upstairs because they're trapped upstairs at that point. And then you could just play that garage angle and hold them on the stairs. So they have nowhere else to go besides jumping out of windows. Some of the rotates being just knocking out this window, coming behind. But obviously they get detected if they do this for at least a split second. So it'll give you a heads up. So pretty much, yeah, hatches are closed. I say, in my opinion, just go right for kitchen or right for maps. You can swing into the maps room over here through the windows if this is reinforced as well, and you could just plant behind this table. You'll need to place somebody though on the connector window to make sure you're not going to get smoked or C4'd. This is a pretty nice angle if you're repelled over here. You have pretty good vision, and your teammate that is planting the bomb won't get C4'd. You'll have somebody underneath or a dead person watching a drone underneath, so the person's at least aware of what's going on. But most teams, like that are competent at least, will actually open the hatches and play above. So it'll be the same way that we took. Obviously, they're not going to play all 5 people up here, so it'll even be a little easier. But we're going to open the box. Thatcher, open the box. Nade out all the wire, everything like that. If there's not any wire, which probably in a ranked game or beginner game, there shouldn't be too much. Walk in, clear everything out, drone it out, have a person following a drone. The hatches are open, so now you have a choice. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go through the A hatch? You can drop down. Have somebody hanging on the windows like a Blackbeard covering you, so you can throw some smoke. Say if you're a thermite, plant in this corner, pretty safe. You can plant here by the table. If this wall, so we'll go over another take too. So if you have control of red, models, all that kind of stuff, and you thermite into the box, you could then break the hatch above, drop down, thermite this wall to the right side, and plant against this white wall right here. Should give you, and it covers you if you plant like back. So you want to plant, say with your, say this is the wall, right? So you plant with like your back turned and like pushed in as soon as it gives you the plant option. Another option is to, well, you always want to shoot down this parking door pretty much no matter what, just to scare people a little bit. If you actually have an extra Habana charge too, like say you just make a vault hole up top, you can Habana this wall and it'll get people out of this closet along with you like bucking underneath and stuff. Which you can then take a Montane, walk them through this door. Montane stands in front of you. You plant, you can plant on the table, really wherever you want in here. I'd probably recommend just planting right behind the Montane though. Could also take up top, drop through the hatch. If these walls are reinforced, plant against the reinforcements. Good spot is to, if you're planning here, is to have somebody repelled either here, give you like some nice angles on the door over here, or you can put somebody back on that connector window or outside this window right here, give you some like nice angles. So yeah, just a quick basic overview, some like spots you can buck, stuff like that. Kind of, you know, like I said, if you're taking upper, it's just a repeat of what I just went over for the previous site. That's why I wanted to go over the upper site first. So pretty much bombing out all the wire, getting in here, planting behind the Montane, or blowing up the wall, thermiting it, and planting on the wall, back first, back out, planting behind the table by swinging in through the windows, or if you drop hatch, planting in the corner over here. So, okay, we'll move on to the red site next. Okay, we're going to go over attacking the red site. Good operators here. Once again, Blackbeard's never really a bad choice. Montane's really good here as well. Habana. Thatcher, maybe not needed as much, I suppose. Grenades, lots of grenades are good. Ash charges, stuff to blow up wire, basically. So we'll just take Buck again as usual. Spawn floating dock. So there's two sites here, right? There's the one site, which is literally a cement pad, basically. If this is the site that I would recommend you attempting to plant. I think this is, yeah, this is B. I'm pretty sure. So this, obviously, I don't really play this site very often in ESL, but in ranked I do, I guess, sometimes if it goes 3-3. So obviously you're going to want to go up, shoot the 3 cameras as before, hug the right side, wide peek the door. So all the cameras are shot now. Another angle people might peek you from over here. Once again, all these windows could be open on you. Someone could be peeking from garage. So it might be a good idea to get a drone into the garage because we don't really care if they're over there, I guess. Like it doesn't make that much of a difference. So get a drone in the garage. Make sure the door is not broken down. And then you can kind of manually check the windows yourself. That's a little bit easier. So I would recommend shooting down this door, not breaking it. Burn the ADS. Bomb out all the wire with grenades. Now, this part is, I guess, optional, but what I like to do here is, I guess, Habana the wall over here. Pretty nice, generally. And you can just get a Montane to walk in, and you just plant behind the Montane. It's pretty easy. Obviously, these windows would be shot down. The biggest thing you want to do is you want to limit the runouts, right? So, anytime that you are over here, like just standing anywhere over here, there's probably going to be a pulse pulsing you or a Valkyrie camera on you or something. And all these windows are going to probably be pre-broken if you're playing any kind of competent team. And they're just going to hop out and kill you. And then they'll come back around, hop over this railing, and hop back into the basement. So you want to stay away from this west side over here. Also, just, you know, other things to shoot down too. I would shoot down the front door. You can shoot down really all of these windows. I mean, it doesn't hurt. They're gonna jump out of them anyway, or at least crack them so they're afraid. You know, if you still want the sound cue of them jumping out, You could just shoot the windows and crack them open like that. But yeah, all of this floor, pretty much all over the place is spammable. So that's the basement right there. People might pre-place a C4 over here. Like I said, this whole hallway is spammable. This entire site is Coast Guard site is spammable. So generally, I like to stay away from this site completely and just go for the cement pad site where the ground is impenetrable. This wall is definitely going to be open. So that's why I said the Montaigne's pretty important. Just come in and plant behind him. If you know the site's going to be here. If you don't know the site's going to be here, you can still plant behind like this metal racking. This is all bulletproof, so you can just tuck in here and plant. Yeah, just run in. This is all bulletproof too. I mean, they could shoot under on both of these, so it's nice to have the Montaigne, but you should probably be able to get away with a plant over here. So especially if you have somebody on the connector over here, this is like the connector radio window. So if you have somebody just on repels over here and somebody watching them, obviously, like you're gonna have someone watching runouts, just while you're getting the plant down. Then after you get the plant down, I'd honestly just recommend going up to the roof, falling back, and planting the bomb. So this wall potentially would be open, maybe a spot there, spots here. So you're gonna have to have, while you're planning, if you don't have a Montaigne, somebody covering this doorway. So I just want to, I guess, go over this site a little bit. I don't recommend ever taking the site for all the reasons that I said, but pretty much if somehow you're taking the site, I'm assuming that you're getting a lot of picks or something like that. I don't really know why you take this site. It's a lot harder to take. I guess if the setup's all the way over there and there's no equipment here, but you'd pretty much walk in. If there's any wire or anything like that, bomb it out. You can Habana this wall. You can actually do it from outside, which is like pretty nice as well. So Habana this wall open. Maybe make some peek holes and put a Blackbeard. Just clear them out. You could actually rappel off this window, put a Habana hole, and while staying on rappel, shoot through the site. And you'd probably just come in and see there's not a ton of good spots to plant, so I'd probably plant behind one of these desks, I suppose. But like I said, the stronger of the two sites would definitely be toward the cement pad over here. But yeah, don't want to spend, like I said, too much time on this. I want to mostly concentrate, like I said, on the cement site over here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for the support, like I said. And next guys will be coming up. And if you want to see a defensive overview of this map, it's in the description below. And thanks for watching, guys.